Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be another pregnancy update. I definitely want to continue these because I had such great feedback from you guys on my last video, and so I was actually kind of shocked, to say the least. I wasn't sure how many of you would be interested in these types of videos because I know they are completely irrelevant to like beauty or anything like that, but this is also a lifestyle channel, YouTube channel, so I definitely wanted to kind of put these updates or vlogs out there for you guys. And it seems to me that a lot of you are pregnant along with me, so that is so cool because it's always amazing to see the people that are pregnant with you at the same time, because you guys get to connect with each other. I have a lot of friends that are currently pregnant right now with me, so it's really nice to watch their pregnancy journey as well as, you know, kind of interact with each other more and relate to each other on symptoms and things like that. So with that being said, I definitely wanted to get this second update video up for you guys. I did have my 14-week checkup on Tuesday, and I've actually tried to film this 2 other times, but I didn't like the footage and I didn't like the way it came out. So this is my 3rd time refilming this video, but nonetheless, I do have my notes here with me and I wanted to touch base on several things. So first things first, I wanted to let you guys in on the app that I've been keeping track with. This is the Ovia app by Ovuline, I believe is how you say it. This is basically my pregnancy app that I keep track of my weeks and days. You can do everything and anything from prior to pregnancy, from, you know, like fertility and trying to get pregnant, to your actual pregnancy app, and then thereafter actually having your baby. But what is really cool about it is because you can also get a bunch of updates like your days and how baby is developing in your body. And I find it very interesting because obviously I didn't have things like this when I was pregnant with Raiden, and I actually feel kind of bad that I wasn't as invested. You know, with her, she was a surprise, whereas this one, my husband and I were actually trying to get pregnant. So but I really love this app. Not only can I keep all my pictures, like as you can see, I have a couple pictures up here with my husband and Raiden, but you have like a bunch of options for milestones. It says for belly picture, ultrasounds, telling your friends and family like how that went, learn baby sex, unsolicited belly rub, which thank God hasn't happened yet, maternity clothes, first cake, baby shower, etc., etc. Now with Raiden, I had kind of the same concept, but it was in book form, and it was a lot harder for me to keep track. I mean, I love to journal and things like that, but I don't know, I think it was my age, and I was more, you know, concerned about weight gain and how my body was changing. But this time I'm just welcoming it all because I know how bad I wanted it to begin with. So this is kind of the same concept but in app form, and it's just so convenient because I have my phone with me 24/7 and I'm constantly like going through baby's development. It has a bunch of recipes, just like bodily changes, what to expect, symptoms and how to react to them, and you know, best remedies and things like that. Another thing is you can keep a bunch of notes like what happened at your doctor's appointment, your baby's heart rate, questions that you need to ask your doctor, things to buy, things to do. I have a list of baby names that I have stored in here, my registry checklist for products that I want to put on my registry when that time comes around. Notes to baby is a cute option to have. Notes to self, cravings, pregnancy brain, dream journal, and bad pregnancy advice. This is really cute. It has like a little hand. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it has a little hand. The pink hand is the size of the baby's hand as it would be right now. The outline is the size of the baby's hand when he or she is born. So I thought that was really cute. This is something that I screenshot and post every once in a while. Also, it shows that baby is the size of a brilliant beet, And then it says, baby Sander is now about the size of a brilliant beet, though no longer has a little root-like tail. If you guys are interested, I will list it down below. And then it also has an option here for the Ovia, I hope I'm saying that right, fertility app. So if you're trying to get pregnant, I would definitely recommend this app for you guys. So I'll list it down below in case you guys are interested. The best pregnancy app that I've come across so far, I've had so many, like literally so many. If you watch my last video, I've had so many apps to where I had to delete them all when I was trying to get pregnant because it was such like a thing that would take over my mind and I would constantly be on it. But now that I'm actually pregnant, this is something that is relevant and something that makes me happy and something that makes me feel connected to baby, because I don't necessarily... Okay, so I'm not quite sure if I feel the baby kicking yet, because they do say you know, the more pregnancies you have, the sooner that you start to feel baby, because you kind of know what to expect. But I'm not quite sure if it's gas or not, because I'm still fairly early, although I did start to feel Raiden when I was 15 weeks pregnant. Sorry, I feel like I can't talk today. So that's cool because it has an option of like when you feel baby and all that stuff, so you can remember the milestones and whatnot. It's something that really makes me feel connected, because even though I may not feel baby right now, like I still know what's going on, how he or she is developing, and it just makes me feel a lot better to know that everything is going okay. So anyway, moving right along, I have a couple questions that you guys have asked me in my last video. The big question was, do I mind the bigger age difference between Raiden and this baby? This baby and Raiden will be about 6 years, 6 years apart, and I'm not, it doesn't really matter to me. I know a lot of people are like, no, only 2 to 3 years apart is where my children will be at, and I feel like everybody is entitled to their opinion, and that's fine. Whatever is best for them and their children and their family, then by any means. My oldest brother, I have 2 older brothers. My oldest brother is 11 years apart from me, and my second oldest is 9 years apart. So growing up, I always felt like I was kind of the only child, and not to mention I was the only girl in my family, so I was very spoiled, and my brothers were very much like father figures, which I definitely appreciated. I loved being spoiled, and that's just me, you know, but yeah, so yeah, I didn't really have that sibling interaction or that sibling relationship with my brothers, but I've always appreciated their you know, fatherly type role in my life, and just very protective. My brothers are very, very protective of me, and I love that. So I don't mind at all. And plus, on top of that, I have lots of cousins, and my mom and my aunties and all that. We would always get together, especially in the younger days, and we would all just get together, and cousins are siblings you never had, and I definitely appreciated my big family. So I don't mind. My husband doesn't mind. He would have perhaps maybe wanted a little bit closer in age, but I mean, we're fine with how they are now. I feel like Raiden will still have her independence without being so close to a sibling, but also she has the ability to remain a little bit close, if you know what I mean. Hopefully that makes sense. Another question is, do I plan on breastfeeding? I know a lot of you guys know that I did have a breast augmentation almost 3 years ago, so it's been quite some time now, and to be honest, I want to try. I'm not sure how it's going to affect. Breastfeeding is my #1 concern. You can always go and fix your boobs regardless. I mean I don't really care. I don't have a preference. I'm not worried about messing up my boobs because they can always be fixed. But breastfeeding I am a little concerned about, just because my implants are over the muscle. They aren't under. I'm not sure how that would interfere with the milk glands and the nipples and stuff like that. But my surgeon did reassure me that I would have the option to breastfeed, so that is a little bit more assuring whenever I think about it. But I'm going to talk to a lactation consultant just to see like what my options are. Obviously, when all is said and done, it's just gonna come down to the baby and how I am able to react to the pain, because it was painful when I fed or first started feeding Raiden. I did breastfeed her for almost 6 months, a good 5, but almost 6, and So, I don't know, we're just gonna have to see, and I don't think it's gonna be something I can say until the baby actually gets here, and then we will see how he or she latches and whatnot. Another question, do I have any names picked out yet? My husband and I actually have a boy name, full first, middle, obviously last name picked out. It's very sentimental to us. I'm not going to say the name until we actually decide, you know, 100%, although we have 100% settled on a boy name, just because, again, like I said, it's a very sentimental family name, family-oriented name. So once we find out the sex, then I will let you guys know the name of the baby. But for girl names, I am still up in the air. I do have a couple options that I like. My husband, on the other hand, likes options, but we have yet to really fully agree on one. So girl names are hard, but it's weird because with Raiden, I knew like that, and it stuck the entire pregnancy. I thought I would get tired of it, but I always loved the name Raiden, and it's something that never changed ever since I, you know, thought about it. Again, I will let you guys know when we find out if it's a boy or a girl. A couple symptoms or things that I have been experiencing now that I'm pregnant. The first trimester I was dealing with headaches and nausea, which you guys know was freaking miserable. It was just absolutely miserable. However, now that I am in my second trimester, it's so much easier. Although I do get sporadic migraines here and there, but that's just me in general. I always suffer from migraines even prior to getting pregnant, so I don't really associate pregnancy with that. But dandruff is something that I have been experiencing, and I've had dark hair all my life, and I've never had an issue with dandruff. So when I checked my hair one day, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, what? I've never had dandruff before. And I showed my husband, and I'm like, ew, this like really makes me feel like super dirty. But again, on my app, I like Googled and I looked up things regarding dandruff during pregnancy, and it's totally a thing. Like, I was very surprised because I had never heard anything about dandruff while pregnant. I was on Periscope the other day, and a couple of you also said you guys have experienced that when you guys were pregnant, and it ended up going away. So thank God, I hope it goes away. I do the baking soda on the roots, and then I like kind of do one of these things, kind of like you would if you had a dry shampoo in, and it seems to be helping, but it doesn't last all day. Like, obviously if I'm like scratching my head, the dandruff will come out, and it's very embarrassing if you have dark hair, but like I said, I think I have it under control. I just have to be careful and not, you know, scratch the scalp or whatever. But also chapped lips seems to be a big thing. Usually whenever I have chapped lips, I can put on a lip scrub or, you know, some sort of remedy thing on my lips and it'll be fine. But my chapped lips do not seem to be going away, which is very, very, very annoying because I love my matte lips, and it's just completely unattractive when you have chapped lips with matte lips. Also, hairy legs. That is something that I was completely shocked, because normally I can go a good maybe 2 days without shaving and be okay. I mean, yeah, I'll have like little spikes by the time I need to shave again, but this time I feel like I can't go half a day without shaving, which is so weird to me. And with Raiden, I never experienced stuff like this. Like, I gained weight really fast with Raiden. I haven't gained too much weight with this baby, which is, I mean, good, but then it's strange to me because I'm like, this pregnancy has just been so different. So hairy legs is definitely another thing that I also looked up and find that it's kind of associated with pregnancy, and I've never experienced it before. So obviously if I haven't experienced it prior to pregnancy, I kind of associate it with pregnancy. So thank you very much, baby, for giving me hairy legs, dandruff, and chapped lips. So another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is if you guys have any old wives' tales that you want to send my way, I want to do a video just specifically dedicated to gender predictions. I have a couple websites on my phone that I want to do a video about, just because I feel like it'd be fun to look back on and see if my symptoms really do kind of point in the direction of the gender of the baby. I don't necessarily believe in that stuff. It's just something to do, something I thought would be fun. If you guys wouldn't enjoy something like that, then let me know also, because I'm really planning on doing something like that. If you guys have your favorites and if they have worked, didn't work, let me know, because I think that'd be very interesting to know. So I have a couple saved here that I'm going to do the video, but if you guys have any extras and your experiences with them, whether or not they worked, please let me know. Gender reveal will be done next Friday. My husband, my daughter, and I actually have an appointment next Friday at the 3D, 4D place here in Savannah. We are scheduled to go and find out whether or not we're having a girl or a boy. I'm so excited. This is something that I have been anticipating for quite some time now. Obviously, as soon as you find out you're pregnant, you're like, what is it? Is it a girl? Is it a boy? And a lot of you are so curious about what you think I'm having, and I don't want to say, although I have said it before. It's just hard because you never know, you know what I mean? And even though this pregnancy has been so different from Raiden, my mom also had, like, my older brothers, my two brothers, she said those pregnancies were night and day. So, and they ended up both being boys. So I'm not so fixated on what I'm having, but I will say that this pregnancy has literally been so different from Raiden, and I wish I had a video that I wish I did this with Raiden, that way I could kind of compare and you guys can see for yourself, because I gained weight so fast. I held her very high. This one I'm holding, I think, a lot lower than I did with Raiden. So I do think that regarding the symptoms and things like that, that it is a boy. But again, I'm not, you know, I don't care if it's a boy. I'm not going to be disappointed if it's not. I actually would love another girl because I don't know, they're just so fun to shop for, and they're so cute, and I don't know, I think Raiden would love a little sister. She's always wanted a little sister, and I think she'd actually be a little disappointed if she doesn't get one. But nonetheless, we just ultimately want a healthy baby, just like everybody else says, and it's really true. I just pray every day that the baby is okay and the baby is healthy. That's all that matters to me. Speaking of weight gain, I went to the doctor on Tuesday, and initially when I went for my first doctor's appointment, my big doctor's appointment when I did my pap smear and all that fun stuff, they weighed me in at 119 pounds. Now, I'm not saying that that's heavy by any means, but I am not 119 pounds. I don't know what I was wearing. Maybe it was because I was wearing stuff, and you know, a lot of times you just hop on the scale and then they weigh you as is. So the first time I went in, they weighed me in at 119, and then the second time I went in, I weighed in at 111, which is normal. I usually am between 106, 110, not pregnant. And then this last time I weighed in at 112. So he kind of not got mad at me, but he was like, you are negative seven pounds, right? And he's like, that's kind of a problem. I'm like, no, it's not a problem. I'm gaining weight, I promise. You know, because I wasn't 119 pounds, so it's very frustrating, and I hope that, you know, that he doesn't force me to, like, eat or anything, because it's just I wasn't 119 pounds. So now that he thinks that I'm losing weight, which I was in my first trimester, but I know my body, and even though I weighed in, or they weighed me in at 119, I am now negative 7 pounds, and I'm really not. I actually gained a pound, because 111 was my actual weight, and now I'm at 112, which is obviously I gained a pound. So I don't know, that's pretty frustrating to say the least, but you know, whatever, what can you do? Also, I wanted to talk to you guys about placenta encapsulation. Hopefully that's how you say it. I've done so much research on it, and it's something that I'm very, 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 very interested in doing. So if you have gone through like the placenta encapsulation or the placenta intake, whether it be like a part of your placenta in a shake or pill form or whatever, please let me know your experience, because I'm so interested. I definitely don't want to do the shake part because I don't know if I can do that. I have a very prone gag reflex, I guess you could say. I'm wanting to do placenta encapsulation and take it like in pill form. My reason for that is because after I had Raiden, I kind of went through a little postpartum depression phase. I was very protective of my baby. I just felt like anytime I didn't have her, I was doing her injustice. Every time I wasn't feeding her, I was doing her injustice. I felt like people were taking my baby away from me. I was kind of crazy to say the least, but I don't want to go through that again. So that's kind of why I'm interested in this placenta encapsulation, because I feel like, or I've read that it's supposed to help with postpartum depression. It's supposed to help you heal faster, which I am going to have a repeat cesarean section. I've got a lot of great advice from you guys, but my husband also had a lot to do with it, but we did decide that I am going to do a repeat C-section. So with that being said, I want to know your guys' experiences with your placenta intake, if you guys experienced that and how you feel it was beneficial or not. Okay, so I have a couple products here that I wanted to talk to you about. My app was my #1 favorite for today. A couple other products, I don't have a lot because I'm still fairly early on in my pregnancy, so I haven't done shopping. I haven't done a lot of shopping or anything like that. #1 is my coconut oil. You guys know coconut oil has so many advantages, and not only for moisturization on like my belly, my boobs and stuff like that, but it's great for taking off your makeup and, you know, your skin itself. So I use this especially right out of the shower, and then I kind of put on maybe 2, if I'm lucky, 3 times a day, just to lather up everything, make sure everything is good. And then on top of that, I use the bile oil, which I got from Amazon. This is 4.2 fluid ounces. I read a lot of good reviews on it. It smells really nice, and it's just it's very moisturizing, and my boobs are growing because I am pregnant. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, I kind of saturate my areas and whatnot, just kind of keep everything moist, I guess you could say, to say the least. So with that being said, those are my 2 favorite products that I wanted to share with you guys, because those are the only products that I've been using since I got pregnant. If you have any favorite products, please list them down below so that I can go shopping, because I'm always looking for new products to try out for pregnancy. My next doctor's appointment is March 4th, which is right before we leave for Las Vegas, and my cut date is set and ready to go for July 25th. Now, July 25th has a sentimental touch to it. It is my husband's sister's birthday, and my husband's sister had passed a couple years ago, and so it's really nice to have our child born on the same day and kind of share that memory with Raylene, which is my husband's sister. I think that is pretty much all I wanted to talk to you guys about. To my military people or fellow wives out there, if you guys have gone home to give birth, my husband, there's a very high chance that he's not going to be here for the birth, so I'm actually considering giving birth back home in Las Vegas. I'm not sure how to go about doing that or how it even works to, you know, do that. So if you experienced, you know, giving birth back home or having to move prior to your birth, please let me know, because I am definitely interested in that. I feel like I asked you guys to let me know a lot of stuff in this video, so I'm so sorry. But yeah, so that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about. And oh, bump shot. I need to show you my bump shot. So I am 14 weeks. So this is my bump shot right now. It's still not out. I mean, I posted a picture on Instagram, and a couple of you were like, oh my gosh, you popped so fast. But that was right after breakfast. So this is normal. This is pretty much normal, and I think that I'm carrying pretty low, like down here. He or she was right down here when he got the heart rate. So this is my belly. That's it right now, 14 weeks, that's the front. So that is the belly, and that is the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoy. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah!